Alrighty. The time is, or actually, I don't know what I'm doing here. What am I doing? I don't know. Hello. My name is Barry. I'm Barry. I'm trying to talk without moving my lips. Obviously, I'm not doing a very good job. So I'll try it again. God, I'm really bad at this. I'll just cover my mouth. Look, it's not me talking, honest. It's the invisible man talking. Can you see him? He's right behind my back. Can you see him? Look, there he goes. There's the invisible man. I told you. Nobody believes me. Anyways, I have an invisible friend. He's pretty cool, but I like his sister better. I mean, she's hot. I mean, I've never seen her, but I know she's got big boobs. She's sexy as can be. I mean, I'm dying for the virus. Anyways, bottom line is I thought I'd make this viral video, which will make everybody crazy. So, honestly now, this video is not about me. It's about my dog, Supermax. Supermax, say hi. Woof, 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 woof. Master, you're an idiot. Master, I'm just gonna lay here, okay? Yes, Master. I want to go see Putin, but Putin doesn't want to see me. Oh, I'm so lonely. All right, you can go see him. All right, go on, go see Putin. Go on. You don't wanna? Okay, I'll stay here then. Anyways, this video is about the rocket stove. The most amazing stove ever created. Now, I'm not a salesman, but I probably should be. Now, I love this thing. I mean, this is like, I love fire. I don't know about you guys, but I think fire is cool. First of all, it keeps your buns warm at night, and I'm not just talking about those buns that you put a hamburger in. It actually keeps your buns, these things like those two, your butt cheeks. It keeps them warm. I'm telling you, I know. Now, this is really cool. Whoever invented this must have been a flippin' genius. I think his name was John. I'm not sure, though. His last name might have been Collier. But anyways, whatever the deal is, there's this guy that talked to another guy, and this guy talked to another guy, and then that guy talked to a girl, and that girl talked to a girl. And next thing you know, everybody was listening. Now, I'm a true survivalist, but I'm also a techie. In other words, I like technology, obviously. I think there's a lot of great inventions out there. And honestly, the rocket stove, for your information, most people don't know this, but it's thousands of years old, is originally called the Apache stove. Now, I can draw some drawings up, but I have no idea how to put it on a computer. I need to hire somebody that could actually draw this. I mean, I could draw it and actually put it on paper and then videotape it, or what do you call that? Videography it. It's all about the original way of making a very top secret fire. Basically, you can't see any smoke. As you notice here, there's fire. See the fire? So I'm not making this up. This is not a hoax, okay? And look at that. Look at the smoke. My God, there's no smoke. How can that be? Well, first of all, if you burn it at the high enough temperature, you will not see smoke, because smoke, which you can see here coming up, because it's called a backflow. Some of the smoke's going the wrong direction because the wind obviously pushes in here and pushes it backwards, which is not supposed to happen, but obviously it does. So what smoke is, the smoke that you can see is unburnt fuel, okay? So the reason this is, you can see no smoke is, for one, as you can see the little fire in there, okay? Can you see that? Don't want to burn my phone, but you can obviously see the flames there. Now, if I want to make this burn faster, and now you'll see a little bit of smoke. Just keep shoving these in. Now, this is, I call this the L stove, the rocket stove. I don't know, there's lots of names for it, but I mean, basically the rocket stove is a simple letter L, like love. Think of love, loser, whatever you want to call it. The concept's so simple. But what someone did is they realized that they wanted to make a mass heater rocket stove, which basically meant, think of two letters, T.E.G. So, there's the L. This is the L part. You see my finger there, right? So letter L, okay? Then someone thought, hey, I'll make a laying down capital T. So, I don't know if you guys can see this. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so there's that part. This is a little hot. I'm burning my fingers here. And there's the L, okay? So obviously you put the wood in here, and the wood, gravity makes the wood keep falling in. And of course that's a little ash pit. And what happens is it burns, it goes sideways. And this is all underground, by the way. You can build this literally inside the dirt. Like you can build a trench, type of thing. Imagine a trench in the ground here. You want to have it on a bit of an angle. Okay, so this is uphill. I don't know if you can tell, but this goes uphill. So if you want to build one of these things, an Apache stove, which is basically a rocket stove, you build it like so. You dig a big hole here. Well, not a big hole, but you build big. Oh my God! You build a hole. It's like I'm chewing bubble gum trying to talk at the same time. Just can't seem to do it. Guess I'm not smart enough. Anyways, so you start your fire here. Poof. You give it a little bit of a blow job. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean like literally you blow on it and pushes the smoke that way. Then here, where my foot is, there's an imaginary, you can imagine using a bunch of stones making a chimney, right? So that this side's higher. So as you know how convection works and how obviously heat rises, we all know this. You don't have to be a genius to figure that out. Now you've got basically a rocket stove. I call it a T.E.G rocket stove, like I showed you here. Think of a T, okay? Capital T, and then it turns into a J, right? And now you got your rocket stove. Now, how do you make that so it works inside a house? Well, it's simple. You see this barrel here? You take that barrel and you put it upside down like that, okay? I don't know if you guys can see that very well. I know, I'm doing a terrible. I really need to get some paper. Anyways, long story short, that's one of the simplest thousands of year old wood burning stove, and it makes no smoke. I mean, it does in the beginning. I mean, obviously there's exhaust, there is soot and stuff comes out, but if it's burning, I would say 99% efficient, you will see just that. Of course, that's steam. It's not what I'm talking about. Basically heating up my coffee right now. As you can see, okay, I don't know if you can see that. You can see maybe a tiny bit of smoke. You can obviously see the flameage there. Okay, pretty cool. Pretty cool. And this little machine here, what it does, it helps gasify. It means it sends in a secondary layer, excuse me, of air, so that it super combusts. It gets superheated. So now it's smoking a little bit because it's a little cold. I'm going to put this over top. It's called the Biolite stove. The reason it's called a Biolite stove is because you're using biomass, natural products. You notice all this? I didn't buy any of this. I went into the woods and I stole it from God. Yes, I didn't ask permission. I just went into the woods and I said, God, I'm going to steal a tree. So I stole the tree from God. So God's going to probably, who knows, arrest me one day and do something evil. Who knows? Anyway, so I went and got this. I think this is called baby's breath. And this is called a branch, a rotten branch. I can't remember. I think it's a pine tree. And when I started my fire, I literally didn't use anything except natural materials. I mean, I'll admit, I did use a match. I know, I cheated because I was lazy. But this stuff, holy crap, does it burn well. Yeah, let's see if we can get it going here. I mean, this look at that. I mean, this burns like, holy crumb, man. This stuff burns so fast, it's ridiculous. Okay, I'm just going to put my phone down for a minute. Okay, so you take the baby's breath, take a little bit of this rotten bark that's all dry. The drier the better, the easier it'll start. And you just shove it in there. And then once that gets going, you shove a stick in there on top of it. Next thing you know, what do you got? You got a fire. Starts off small, like most things in life, just like children. Starts off small and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger as you add fuel or food to it. So there you go. Oh, I know you can't see me right now. Hello. Now, the cool thing about this stove, which was originally invented thousands of years ago, is some dude came along and realized there are these metals called beryllium, tellurite. Oh, I can't even remember all the names. I know the words. I just can't get them out of my broken brain. Anyways, so they invented this thing called a thermal electric generator. Okay, and what that does is, as long as you have a delta T, in other words, a different temperature on each side, one side's colder, like ice, the colder the better, and obviously the hotter the better on the opposite side, it will transmit heat through it. In other words, it will, start moving. It will cause actually a physical heat movement, which in turn causes an electrical flow. Now, Depending on which side you put the heat on and the cold on, obviously the electricity will transfer a different way. In other words, instead of going from negative to positive, it will still go from negative to positive, but now the other side becomes negative, and so it'll transfer the other direction. So if you're trying to charge a battery with this, you want to make sure that it has a buck inverter. If you don't know what that is, it's basically something that takes low voltage and raises it up. It's kind of like an inverter, but it's different. An inverter converts DC to AC. So anyways, this is really cool. This is what's so brilliant, is that this thing has a little fan in it, and that fan, once it gets going, it helps this thing burn even more efficient. And obviously, as you know, you could cook food on here. If you wanted to, you could take a can like this, some kind of a metal can, you put it on top, have a little door here, and now you got an oven, which is cool. You can cook your whatever, bread, whatever you like to do, right? The cool thing is now you can put this inside your house. Of course, you have to exhaust the flue, the stuff. So I am designing simply a new little invention that goes on top of this. I'm going to put a can on top of here, metal can, with an exhaust. And that exhaust actually has a thermoelectric and also a heat bank that stores energy. And in the words, I'm going to put basically water on it. It's all going to be made out of stainless steel. And that way I can actually put this inside my house, because right now this would not be a good idea to put inside the house. That's why I have it outside. So, you know, but it's pretty cool, right? I mean, this is pretty amazing. You know, look at that. Of course, for this type of rocket stove, you have to constantly feed it. I mean, you have to constantly feed any wood stove, but this one, you kind of have to be there every, like, literally 5 minutes. So if you want something that you can stoke, get it going and leave it alone, and you can walk away and come back and it'll still be burning like 2 to 3 hours later, what you got to do is, you got to build a stove, okay, that actually, damn it, there we go. You actually got to build a stove that actually, damn it, I'll get this right eventually. You got to build a stove that has the J, I call it the J channel, the J stove. I call it the T.E.G stove, just because instead of making a letter J, you actually want a little bit of an ash pit. So that's why I call it the T.E.G. You can build one of these mass heaters. You know, the mass means basically it's a way of storing the heat instead of wasting it all. Like right now, obviously most of the heat right now is going to the atmosphere. It's not really doing much for me because I'm kind of wasting fuel here a little bit, but it's not really a waste because obviously I'm teaching right now, right? So I'm the teacher, you're the student, and I need a cup of coffee, or a cup of tea, or whatever you like. So here's my cup, a little silver cup. And are you warm? Oh yeah, it's warm, that's good. Oh, coffee, the nectar of the gods. There we go, just keep that nice and warm going there. Yeah, so this is pretty cool. This is me. I'm the bear out here just having fun with my little pooch, Mr. Max, Mr. Keanu Max, which was given to me by a lovely young girl. And when I say girlfriend, we're not dating. She's just a girl. She's way too young for me. Beautiful, beautiful girl. Her name's JC. She's a twin, and she's a super, super nice lady. Anyways, I'm very thankful. By the way, I just want to say thank you to all my friends, all my family. I want to say thank you to Mr. Ron there, one of the super cool friends of mine. I got lots of friends named Ron, so he's a dark-skinned, beautiful, handsome young man, and he's super cool. He helped me build this. I won't say when. It happened like 1,000 years ago, just so we don't get in trouble. Anyways, and of course I've had many other friends like Harry and Terry and Jeremy and Mr. Ferguson and the Man of Steel. I call him James. That's his real name, James. Super cool dude. And yeah, so here's my little humble home. And there's my little not so humble truck. That's what I call the Black Knight or the Black Beauty. I love my truck. I love the color black. And there's my little smart car. I call it the FBI car because it's black and white like a cop car. It's comical. I'm actually seriously thinking about putting the letters FBI and then obviously putting underneath that female body inspector just to be funny. Oh, that'd be a cool idea. But anyways, and there is my little home with my, well, actually, that's my home back there, but this is actually going to be my home. I'm going to be living in here soon. And then I'm going to rent out this house. Once I have the toilet properly installed and I have some other kitchen stuff implanted, oh my God, implanted there, installed in there, then that'll be pretty awesome. And of course I want to put siding so it looks nice. You know, I want to beautify it. Of course, the best way to beautify something is to hire a woman. This is just my opinion, but women, I don't know how to explain it. Men are very technical. We're very rough around the edges. And I tell you, the number one reason God created women is to fix up all our mistakes. Because I'm telling you, without women, we would be lost. Thank God for women. Oh my goodness. Thank God for little girls. Thank God for beautiful women that beautify things around us. Anyways, Mother Nature, Father Nature, whatever you want to call it. Thank God for good friends and family. I always try to say thank you. You know, I've got lots of bad things I could say about my friends, but I try not to do that online. I got pretty upset, a couple of my buddies, but hey, that's life. But anyways, getting back to the video here, and enough about me, I figured I'd just give you guys a little bit of an education. If you want to be schooled, give me a call. I will school you. And I mean that in a respectful way. Unless you're an asshole, then I'll school you, all right, with a rod, with a spanking rod. Some people, of course, are into that, not me. But there you go. So there's my little rocket stove called the Biolite. As you can see the symbol there. It's kind of like, you know, like the Batman signal or symbol. That's the Biolite symbol. Okay, so there you go. Yeah, Biolite stoves. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. There you go. All right, very cool. Very, 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 very cool. Yeah, so there you go. So in my next video, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to make a mock-up. It'll be made out of really crappy material. I'll just probably use basic, like galvanized crappy steel, but eventually it's going to be all made out of stainless steel. And this little stove is meant to be portable. So you could take this literally ice fishing. You could set up your little tent, put it inside your tent. You'll be able to actually have it inside your tent once I'm done inventing or creating the top section here. Like I told you, I'm going to make it like a dome here, a nice round dome with an exhaust that will go out the tent. And that way you can, you can heat your place. You can have a little door here, which you can open up and you can put in your whatever, steak or whatever you want to do, whatever you want to cook or heat up. So that way now you'll have a way to cook food. And what's super cool, like I mentioned before, is this little device here turns heat into electricity. So sorry if my video is a little too long-winded. I do take a long time to explain sometimes the simplest of things. It's just my way. Yeah. So I hope you like this video. I know. I took, what is it here now? 18 minutes to explain all that. I could have probably done it really boring-like and just told you in 5 seconds, but I thought I'd entertain you a bit. So, if you like this video, right on. If you don't, well, just don't do anything. Just watch it. If you like it, thumbs up. If you don't, no worries. But yeah, to all my friends out there, family, I hope you're healthy. I hope nobody's died from the virus yet. I know there's a lot of people that are seriously stressed out about this thing that's going on. I have already done the 2-week thing more than once. So this is my second time I'm doing the 2-week isolation thing here. Self-isolation crap. But, well, it's not crap. But, yeah, so I figure, hey, here I am out on my property, walking around with my dog, getting some exercise, getting some sunlight, getting healthy. And yeah, I'm going to go back, sit back and relax, have my coffee, make a little breakfast, and yeah, just take her easy. So there you go, guys. A little video, something to keep you entertained. And hopefully this virus crap thing will disappear, hopefully in a month or two. Maybe they'll find a cure. Maybe they'll never find a cure, but hopefully it goes backwards, not forwards, because it's obviously getting worse, which is really, really sad. So, to all my friends and family again, be safe, be kind, be humble, and let's take this thing seriously. You know, some of us out there are going to survive this, and some of us are going to thrive after it's over. But it's going to take a while. Sometimes it gets worse before it gets better. All right, so bye for now. Have a great day, and I love you lots. All right, over and out from the bear with no hair, laughing out loud.